So what we have found is in a handwritten book we have about Hull's soldier house that was east about the main street between Nyby and Rödgetbro. And it says a whole family of the family Hall traveled in 1800 to America. So if we should try to find, and also interesting is that in another book, this is the handwritten book, 7 parts, Sisselbo Erik's, it's a person I think, Erik Johansson, who is called Sisselbo Erik, and he is from Huddunge Socken parish, and he has written this text like this. Rather amazing. So he's also mentioning number 6 soldier, number 65, Mats Ersson. And we also had another book, which I mentioned, Axel Johansson from 1800. And this book has a picture of a soldier house in Huddunge. In Sweden, you can read that we had a system where every parish had to have one or more soldiers, and we have a lot of wars. As you can see here is a map of the Västmanlands regiment, and that was the regiment that Hull was part of. And if we maybe can zoom in, I can't, or can I? I can maybe do like this. Yes, that in 760 we were in Norway. 1808 we have a big fight in also Norway, Fredrikstad. We had 1809, same year, we had in Ratan a agreement where we lost Finland. So this part was Sweden. And you can see that we also had big fights in Poltava, in which is Poland today. And I think here we lost a lot of people, 10,000 or something like that. So what happened was that you are a soldier, you had every year you have to go to some, every 3rd or 10th year you have to go to some training. And if you are looking into Archive Digital, you can see that we have what we can do is that we do advanced option and we say type military records. And then we have maybe Västmanland. And then it says Stamrulla, and that's where they have the register of the people. And you have to understand what part we are in. And the best I can do some, what you have is that you have a book called Grill. And if you are advanced, you can find printed books or something, printed literature. And in printed literature, you have this book scanned. So then you have Grill number 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you click on the Grill, you can find the Swedish Svenska Indelningsverken, and that's how the soldier were what soldier you had. So here you have something about Västmanlands regemente, I think. Västmanlands regemente were 1,200 people. And then we have to find extra root. And when a lot of people died or there were a lot of fights, the king had tell the parish that they needed more people. Then we should go to the Westmanlands. Here is Uppland. Västmanland we had there. Västmanlands regiment there, and then we rotate it to the right. And then we Närkes county, which is not R. Dalarna is not R. This is not either R. Torstuna. Huddunge, there we have 67, 68. Maybe this is later. We go to another book. Västgöta. I'm not an expert on this, and this is about the how much they get paid. What we should find is the soldier 65 in Västmanland, which is the soldier in Huddunge whose soldier name is Hull. Let's say Westmanlands regiment is 1,200 people. Question is, what year is this? And then you have a company, and the one which they belonged. Sorry, I think I am lost. We look in the next one. You can see also here is from the household records, Erik Hall. Avskedad, former soldier Erik Hall, 65. And this is our Erik and his wife. And you can, maybe this is some soldier comment. And here is how he's moved in. And 10, I don't know what it is, but 65 is the soldier number. And then you can see if how good he was writing or not, something. I think it's försvar, but it's okay. But it's but understanding is A, which means he understands what he is reading. And here you can see the households he has been part of. Maybe we can do some conclusion that he was on war and so on. You can also see how they moved out. And here you have a death comment, and that is on daughter Kajsa, Lisa. But you have no date. Here you can see he's moving to page 62, 1865. and that is Isaac, the son Isaac. So I think we found him on page 62, and Isaac. There is his arbetskar, working man. And he came from 1965 from page 62, and here we have more households, and he is then still in this book until next year. Here we have this grindkäret, and that's Hattigbo. And here MTL is how much tax they paid, I think. I'm not an expert on this either. But Johan Hall is overstricken as the rest, but if you look to the right, we can see that they got married in 1868. Huddunge is he born. She is born in Ljusnansberg. He is torpare, and he has a small house, I think. Maybe he has to work to be able to live there. He is CN on Christian knowledge, and he has done some sermon in the church. And we can see to the right here 992410, which is died. Then we can see him in the book of dead people. Johanna Andersson, so we're stricken. But we have a comment here which is not on Johanna, which I thought from the beginning, but it's on August, but maybe it's written on the wrong line. It says erhöll den 14 juni 1901 Kunglig Majs tillstånd att avflytta från riket. Was approved 14 June 1901 from the kings to move away to from Sweden. And then we have down to line 17, and I think this is overstricken. So the whole family was leaving. 1901 to 8. That means that we have in the moving out books, we have also a comment, and I think I added that to Wikipedia. And then it makes sense what it says in the probate. It says that people who are part of this testament, or testimony, is the son Erik Hall, Isaac Hall, Anders Gustav Hallgren, and the daughter Katarina Hall. And then we have a person who died in America, Johanna Hall, and her wife passed away, Johannes Hall, ägande barn, difficult Swedish children. So I think today when you share, or when someone is dying, then you first look at the children. If one of the childs is dead, then the children of that person is part of a splitting on what is left. So what I did here was that I tried to translate it and also added links to the different people, and I think it makes some sense. And then you have one person who is ingiver, who is telling what's available. And then I did some translation here, and that's houses, which you have the big house is 100 Swedish kroner, the smaller house is 10, some bodbyggnad is where you can store rye and so on, 20, and where you have the cattle and so on, 15. So in total 35 for the buildings. And then you have copper, then you have for lights and cooking and so on, and coffee one. So you can see how many things they had, and the total amount, the value they had was 248, and debts was to the son A.G. Hallgren, I think he's the one who went to States, is 100, and the cost of the funeral was 35. So that means that you were on plus 100. So I did some small comment here which you can take away if you don't think it's appropriate. And what I was on the library yesterday in Västerås, which is the biggest city in this county, and found some books. One book was about the fights, and another book was all the people who went away to the States. I just take a picture of this, and I found that another hull, which is not related to your, but to the soldier before, went in 1889 to the States. So people left, and this is, I think it was 3 or 4 pages with people leaving to North America. So you have a lot of people leaving, and they spoke about soldier in one of the small books, and also that we had this Hall's soldier house, who was east on the main street between, which I think is Nyby and Rödgetbro. And if we go over and check here, my think is Rödgetbro, and Nyby is down here, and then we have Domarbo, which I think is also mentioned. Some of your relatives is dead there, and then I think we have Huddunge, which is down here, and we are then Tärnsjö-Heby, Morgongåva, Östervåla is the place. So if I understand what they say is on this street between Nybro, it must be in Rödjetbro. I'm not 100% sure. Was the soldier house. Available in Sweden is something called historiska kartor. That is historical maps. In Sweden we had long time ago people doing maps and so on. It was important for military, and that's called Lantmäteriet. And here you can read about historical maps, and you can also go to this link, and then you need to either select the county, which is Västmanland, and then you have to find where you're there. The user interface here stinks, and then I know it's Heby something. There we have Heby, and then you have Huddunge is up there, and then you had Rödje. So then we think about Lagbo, Domarbo, Nyby. Here we have Nyby, and then we have Rödje, I think here. There's Rödje. So somewhere here in between is the soldier house. And now he says that we have to zoom in, and if we do zoom in, We can do a search, and then we are lucky to get 3 different maps. So we have one from 1837 and one from 905. Start with the 905. The problem with those maps is that you need to have a plugin, and this plugin doesn't work on the Mac, which I use, so then I have to use a different browser, and then I use this browser and open this URL. You will have the historical maps. And as you see, we have Huddunge here, down here. And then we try to zoom in. Shouldn't be too easy. And then you can see the different houses. Here it says Gustavsbergs fattighus, house for the poor people, which was mentioned in the books. And then you have Huddunge by, which is, I don't know, some more houses. We had Nyby and we had Rödje, which he spoke about. Nybyn is up here, and we have Rödje up here. So then the soldier house for Hull maybe be on the streets here between, but we can't. I'm not an expert on reading those maps, but sometimes you have a letter for what map it is. Here it says it's the house, schoolhouse, so maybe this is the house the people went to school. Best way to get more information about Huddinge is to contact something called Hembygdsförening, and that's a, see what they say here. This is about Huddunge. So this is some people still living there who have meetings, and if you are happy, they also do knows about the different houses and so on. So if you can contact maybe this person and ask if they have some more information if you're interested. Best way to do is Google Translate to English. Then you get the chairman, email, attractions in Huddinge, and so on. Protocol. Then we do translate to English. Using Chrome, they have one protocols and so on, but that's just for this. But my advice is contact the person here, ordförande at Huddinge, and see if they know where you can get more information. We can also look at another map, maybe. This was one, and then we look at that one. And as I said before, problems with see what kind of map this is. We can see nothing, or can we? Or is it the same? No. Looks like the same. This is another one, but I think this is Färnebofjärden, Möklinta. I mentioned on another place that Möklinta complained that Huddunge didn't have to send so many soldiers. Roshyttan. I don't know really where Huddunge is on this map, or if it's part of it. I think it's further north. This is an old map. Oh, from 1900, so it's 100 years old. I don't think this was a good one. And then we can go back, and then we check on it from 1905. Take the Earl and open up. I think maybe on a PC it's easier. I don't know. I don't understand why they have such a difficulties. This seems to be the same map. I don't understand it. This one from 1960. Let's see what it says. Zoom in. Nyby. Nordgrind. So what they said was Nyby, I think, and Rödsjön, where we have it. Hållsjö. Rödjebro. Somewhere along this street is the soldier 65. Can see if I can do a search. And an interesting thing here is you also have documents here, but not too many. I can see. Here you have some documents about big changes was done regarding changing the. So this is 233 pages, and when they skifte, what happened was when someone died, they split the land, and then you got smaller and smaller part, which means it was more difficult to do good farming. So then we had a big change where you were gathering together small parts to bigger ones, and that is what those documents normally is about. Or if you have a problem that someone complains that this is my part or so on, then someone had to go there and Korpehjul. So maybe this could be. It seems to be a lot of maps over the area. So maybe if you spent time here, you can start understanding more about where the soldier. Here we have some documents. And I think this is about arguing who lands belong to which person. My skills on reading all documents is not the best. Yeah, so there are a lot of resources available on the net, and but you need a lot of skills to do it. Hope this video could help you a little bit.